Hello YouTube. I've been getting a lot of emails from people asking me what my views are in regards to UFOs and extraterrestrials. Well, basically, as far as I'm concerned, the jury is still out. I hear a lot of people saying that there is evidence that UFOs have landed here on Earth, that they have implanted certain things in people, and that alien abduction happens, and that some people on this planet are hybrids of alien, races or whatever, and there's supposedly a reptilian race, and they're here on this planet, and most of you guys have heard this. All I want to say is, I just want to see some hard evidence to really support this. I have a lot of friends, and a lot of credible friends. They're not kooks or weirdos. I have a lot of friends, and they basically say that these beings are real, and that they have had experiences with them. And I have to say that I am interested in UFOs. I'm interested in extraterrestrials. I'm interested in if these beings, if they don't come from outer space, maybe they come from another dimension. Who knows? I'm interested in this stuff. I just want hard evidence, basically, to support something. But I guess with the government covering this stuff up, that would be kind of hard for us to get. But I will say this: I do like to read, so I can give you some advice on some good books that I've read. Now, just because I'm interested in this, in UFOs and flying saucers and this and that and other, and just because I ask for hard evidence, that doesn't mean that I disbelieve that these beings ever came to Earth. I just want proof. That's a hard proof. I want to see an alien gun, or I want to see an alien hand, or a real alien body, or something like that. To say that they're locked up in some government facility and we'll never get to see them, but believe us, you know, it's not enough for me. But anyway, I've been studying UFOs for a good part of my life, off and on. It's not one of my major things that I study in the occult, but I do like to read about it. And one of the first books that I've read on UFOs was this book. It's really beat up now. It's called Beyond Earth. And this was probably one of the first books I've read, and it had the story of Betty and Barney Hill. I believe that was her name. That was the couple that supposedly, one of the first documented cases of a couple being abducted by aliens. And it's great. It has, the thing about this book I really like is it has a lot of really cool pictures in it of UFOs. If you can see this. And I had this book, I believe I was like, what, 14, 15 when I got this book. So this book is really old. I don't know if you can still buy it, but I always dug the pictures in the book. And I think ever since I've read this book, I always believe that there is something to this. The thing is that I just want the hard evidence before I can really commit to saying yes, these beings really, 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 exist. So, and this is really cool. This is a sort of like a bunch of pictures of UFOs that's been taken over, years. So I thought that's great. It has pictures in here. There's other pictures too. I can't show you all the pictures. Another book that I read years later was the book Communion. Now, regardless if this book is true or not, it is a very excellent book to read. If you ever get a chance to read this book, definitely, I highly recommend it. And when I get time, I will do a book review on this book, but I don't have time in this video because I only get 10 minutes, right? So in this video, I just want to give you an overview on some of the books on extraterrestrials or UFOs that I read. and this one is definitely one that I've read. If you get an opportunity, check out the movie. The book is a lot better, but the movie is pretty entertaining too, and the movie is called Communion also. And just to let you know that the being, because I did read this book, the being in this picture here is not, he has like a brownish color, you know, like a beige brownish color to him. He's gray, okay? As most of you guys who studied the stuff know that he doesn't have this color. He's gray, okay? This is one of the grays. And after I read that book, of course, I read another Whitney Strieber book, and it's called Transformation. It's another excellent book. And regardless if you think that, you know, these UFOs are real or not, if you want to think of it as just being fiction, you know, that's cool. It makes for a good read, I think. Another great book on interdimensional beings, or beings that are not necessarily human, is a book called Star People. And in the coming months, I will do a book review on this, because this book fascinated me. It says here, the startling truth about thousands of aliens now awakening among us. And if you ever get an opportunity, if you see this in the store, I don't know if this book is still in print, but if you get an opportunity to get this book, it's awesome. They talk about how a lot of people, when they're asleep, when they're kids, they'll wake up and they'll see a being in their room, and this being is sort of like angelic in nature, and a lot of times it sings to kids and whatnot, and it's very helpful, and it's not another. And they say that some people who are walking among us are these beings, are from another planet or whatnot. So whether or not you believe any of this or not, it does make for a good read. And like I said, you can treat this as fiction as you want, but you would not be disappointed if you check the book out. And of course, one of the biggies in studying UFOs, and if UFOs have actually landed, and if they've helped mankind out in the past, another good book is The 12th Planet by Zecharia Sitchin. If you get an opportunity, check this book out. Check out his website. I don't know the his website address offhand, but definitely all you have to do is just do a Google search for Zecharia Sitchin. You can do a YouTube search for Zecharia Sitchin. You can see some of his videos here on YouTube, and you know, it's up to you if you believe it or not. I think that there might be some truth to it, but you know, it's up to you. Basically, you can read it as fiction, or you can read it as something that's, you know, something that's really happened here on the planet Earth. Every 3,600 years, beings from another planet come and gives us technology. So who knows? Another Zecharia Sitchin book is Genesis Revisited. We talk about the Genesis story, and how it relates to beings from another planet and coming here and populating the earth and whatnot. And then there's, of course, let's see if I can find it real quick, the classic, the all-time classic book is in regards to UFOs and extraterrestrials coming here and doing, you know, giving us technology and whatnot. The classic book, Chariot of the Gods. I recommend this book, and I definitely recommend the movie. I remember seeing the movie when I was a kid and just being, you know, utterly fascinated with the things in the book. Like I said, hard evidence, I don't know. You be the judge. You know, don't take my word on, you know, if this stuff is true or not. You be the judge. You watch it and you see, and you make your decision if this stuff is true or not. Okay? Later on, I'll be doing some book reviews of these items. But until then,